I got dumped mid-shift at work, and I want to talk about it a little bit. But I mean, before we get into it, I don't know. This is the first video like this I've ever made. So like, if y'all like these sort of videos, I guess, let me know. Drop a comment, like, subscribe, do what you do, whatever. But let's just get right into it. So before we get into this, I just want to say, this ain't no hateful video. This video is meant to help people that felt like I did when I got dumped. So if you're looking for comedy or a laugh, this is not that. So I'm sorry. But so I don't know. I guess we'll just get into this. This is more like a podcast type style video. So I'm just gonna give a little bit of detail first before I jump into what I have to say about communication and, you know, the titles. So when I got dumped, I was at work, and so a little bit about me. I have, in times of stress like that, like in a stressful situation like that, I have a tendency to react before I think. But I mean, I feel like that's common. Like, I feel like that's not just me. Like I feel like that's gotta be at least, you know, a good bit of the population. A lot of people react before they think, but like, I don't do it a lot. I only do it like when I'm stressed out, or like when something serious is happening, or when I feel stressed out, then I might react before I think. And this all ties in, so just stay tuned, stay with me. I took to social media and like I said, this relationship felt different to me. I know everybody says that, but it genuinely did. And to me, it was different. It was. I was in love. I know everybody says that. Oh, I was in love. You know what I mean? But I was in love. And I can tell you that. Which is why I feel like I felt the way I did. Which is why I feel like I was so stressed out. Which is why I feel like I reacted before I thought rationally. And I took to social media and I started, I guess, ranting. And I mentioned, but not mentioned, a couple people. And I said I said what I had to say, what was on my mind, what was on my chest. And I'm not a mean person. You know, I never try to be mean. That's not what I do. I just don't have that in me. I'm not a horrible person. I'm not mean. But I said some things that, in all honesty, I guess could be taken rude. I guess. I was angry. I was in love, dude. I don't know what to tell. I don't know what else to say other than that. I was in love. So of course I feel like I reacted in a way. Maybe it was maybe defense. I was defending myself, you know. But I will say that's not who I am. I was under stress and I reacted before I thought about what was actually going on. And it's just not who I am. I don't have the energy to argue and beef with anybody, honestly. Especially people that I don't know. That's just me being honest. And for all of that, I will always apologize because that's not who I am, and I shouldn't have done that. But what can we do? It's out there. I mean, not the video, not the whole whatever I did on social media. I don't regret the whole thing, but like the part where I specifically, when I was in my feelings and I, said what I said about a couple people. I will always apologize for that because that's not who I am. I was under a lot of stress at the time. And, I was in love. I feel like, I won't say it was justified, but I feel like there was a reason. So, like I said, for that, I will always apologize. So moving forward, communication is so important. I'm not gonna get into the nitty gritty of it because I don't believe in telling personal business like that, like word for word. That's not for everybody. Communication is such a big thing in relationships at the end of the day. Just a little bit about it. Whenever we would argue, I would end up saying something in a way that's telling her, hey, this is how this could have been avoided, or you could have done this, and this, or we could have done this, and this, and this never would have happened. And in my mind, I was helping. In my mind, I'm thinking, okay, this is what I need to say to make sure this argument doesn't happen again, right? To lo and behold, that be the reason why I get dumped. I don't have telepathy. I'm not a mind reader. I am not David Copperfield. I'm not a magician. No matter how hard anybody tries, nobody will be able to do it. You cannot read people's minds. You can't sit there and know automatically what's on someone's mind and what you said to make somebody feel some type of way. If you said something, you don't know if they don't say something. And I didn't know. And I don't want you guys to beat yourself up the way I did for a very large amount of time. Because it's not worth it. If you're with someone and they don't want to tell you how they feel, there's nothing you can do. In my mind, I was helping. In my mind, what I was saying to you, what I was saying to her is helping. See what I'm saying? But you're not telling me how you're feeling. You're not telling me, hey, what you're saying is bothering me, or, it might not always be easy, I guess, but when you go and tell your business to your friends and your family and Jill and Jack down the street that have nothing to do with your private life and your dating life, whatever, they're not going to help you. They're going to egg it on and encourage you to do whatever irrational thought you're thinking about, or whatever thought you're thinking about in the first place. If you genuinely value a relationship, do not talk to other people about what you have going on first. Back up. Take a step back before you do anything. And then come back together and have a conversation. Communication can save everything if you just let it. I'm not a magician. You're not a magician. You cannot tell what these people have on their mind. You just can't. No matter how hard you try, you can't do it. So stop trying and stop beating yourself up. I hope this was able to catch somebody. My famous saying is, closed mouths don't get fed. If you don't say anything, I can't help. Because I thought I was helping. You think you're helping, but they're not telling you, hey, what you're saying is making me mad. What you're saying is making me sad. What you're saying, you see what I'm saying? They're not telling you this. So in the back of your mind, you're thinking, yep, I'm doing the right thing. I'm fixing it. You're not fixing anything because they're not telling you how you're feeling, how they're feeling. They're doing the whole, yep, they're smiling in your face, giving you a thumbs up, saying everything's good, and then rolling over and forgetting all about it. So just communicate. And even if it's not easy to communicate, say that. I cannot stress that enough. If you don't feel like it's easy to talk to the person that you love, say that. Pull them aside. This person is not gonna hurt you. I mean, unless you're in that type of relationship. If you're in that type of relationship, you should not be. But, I mean, communication can save a lot. And I wish that more people from now on will just talk before you jump to conclusions and jump here and jump there and talk to this person about how you feel. Why don't you try and talk to the person that can actually help you fix it and actually work things out, or at least the person that actually wants to make things right, or the person that you're supposed to be making things right with. I guess is better terminology. So, I don't know. I guess I'll wrap that up there. Bottom line, just communicate. Communicate. You can't read minds. So don't beat yourself up. Don't beat yourself up for not being able to automatically know what you're doing or saying that's upsetting someone or how somebody's feeling. Because if they don't tell you, that's on them. It's on them. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna get in their face and just start screaming, hello, hi, you're not telling me how you feel. I need you to tell me how you feel. Hello. No. Because you have no idea they're feeling any type of way. Unless they're sitting there with the stank face. Then you can tell. I don't know. That's all for me. So I hope that somebody out there communicates a little better from this. Now take it easy and let me know if you enjoyed this or found it inspirational or relate or have a story that goes along or I don't know. I'll see you later.